this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. We welcome you to today's show and ask those of you who have not subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we continue to expose the satanic Illuminati agenda and the ushering in of the Antichrist. Today's show I want to expose another symbol. It's a symbol you'll see very often. It's a symbol that obviously, as most of these do, has dual meanings. That is the Vulcan salute. This salute is most, or I should say best known for the salute that is done by the character Spock on the movie or the TV series Star Trek. Okay, you can see the hand with the V in the middle. It almost looks in a sense like a different way of doing the peace sign. Okay, I want to talk about what it means so that you can be aware of what these symbols mean, because it's important to know. The Vulcan, or Vulcan I should say, was a sun deity who was associated with fire, thunderbolts, and light. Obviously we know what thunderbolts and lightning stand for in Satanism. The thunderbolt, or the lightning bolt, is associated with Satan. In Luke 10:18, it states, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." And Satan's fall from heaven, he resembled lightning falling from the sky. So Vulcan is also a sun deity. They had a festival to honor him, which was called Vulcania, in which human sacrifices were offered. What a surprise. More human sacrifice related to Freemasonry, to Satanism and the occult. Vulcan also married Venus. Venus is another name for the devil, for Lucifer. You'll also find Vulcan adored, honored, respected in Freemasonry under the name of Tubal Cain. There's reference to him in the Masonic Quiz book. It says, who is Tubal Cain? He is the Vulcan of the pagans. So in Masonry, the name Tubal Cain is the password for the Master Mason, or the third degree Freemason. A quote from Manly P. Hall in his book, "When the Mason learns that the key to the warrior on the block is the proper application of the dynamo of living power, he has learned the mystery of his craft. The seething energies of Lucifer are in the hands, and before he may step onward and upward, he must prove his ability to properly apply energy. He must follow in the footsteps of the forefather Tubal Cain, who with the mighty strength of the war god hammered his sword into a plowshare." This symbol is also used by rabbis in the Hebrew tradition. The hand split down the center represents the fingers on each side of the V in devil, as the initials D, E, and I-L represent the fingers. The initial V is the 22nd letter in the alphabet, which is a sacred number in Hebrew numerology. It also corresponds in the Tarot Pack, which you'll see the card here, which has the devil on it, making this sign with his hands. You'll see musicians do it, okay? And that's the thing, our brains perceive this a different way. So if you see musicians doing this, or actors doing this, your first thought is, oh, they must be a Star Trek fan, or it must be some kind of, Star Trek thing. Because we've all been conditioned that that is the Vulcan hand sign from Star Trek. I've never even watched the show, and I know that that's what the symbol means, at least in our culture, that's what it stands for. But you have to think deeper than that. Why was Winston Churchill making this hand symbol? Winston Churchill, who we know is a Freemason, a 33rd degree Freemason. Why do you see other celebrities doing it? Why do you see them covering their chest, holding the V, randomly doing it? Why do you see musicians holding it up? Why do you see Barack Obama doing it with his hand, waving, making the Vulcan V? He's not at a Star Trek movie premiere, he's at the White House doing it. It can also be found on the gravestone of Chief Rabbi Solomon Kuhn. You'll also find the hand symbol used in Kabbalah, okay, which is another form of sorcery and witchcraft. It has nothing to do with Judaism. It is a cover. It is mysticism. It is satanic and demonic to perform and practice the Kabbalah. You'll see that symbol there as well. So you'll see it flashed around all the time. Album covers, celebrities who you would think, why are they holding up that? Doesn't that mean something with Star Trek or some, sci-fi thing? No, it doesn't. It's not what it stands for. They're paying homage to Vulcan, okay, who human sacrifices were done for, who is known to end up marrying Lucifer. And like I said, in Freemasonry, Vulcan represents Tubal Cain. Tubal Cain is thought very highly of in Freemasonry, very highly of. And he is the code, that is the name they use. Okay, one of the passwords they use for the Master Mason degree. So you'll see it here in tarot cards, you'll see it, flashed around. Winston Churchill doing it way before Spock or Star Trek was ever invented. So you can see that the symbol, okay, people's hands don't randomly just open to a V. I mean, I could barely even get my fingers to do that. Right? It's not like this easy symbol where you would wave, your hand just would fly open into a V shape. It's a deliberate, symbol, just like the peace sign is a deliberate symbol. Go out of your way to do it. So Obama's going out of his way to flash it, and so are these other musicians on magazine covers and at movie premieres on the red carpet. Because they're not just coincidentally doing it. You also can see the hand symbol put together with the pyramid in the middle, and then making the V as well. This is also connected to it, the hands triangle with the V's, which you'll see involved in Freemasonry. You'll see that symbol, like I said, you'll see that exact symbol on tombstones. On this specific tombstone of the rabbi, you'll see it in Kabbalah. It's a mystical hand symbol. It's got nothing but satanic meaning behind it. And again, this is how they trick the masses. This is how they get away with doing what they do in plain sight. Because nobody's looking for these things. Nobody speaks in symbols. They do. They operate in code. Whether it's secret handshakes, whether it's secret hand symbols. This is another one, the Vulcan sign. So if you see it, understand what it means. Okay? Look no further than the tarot card, seeing the devil on the tarot card with the upside down pentagram over his head, and he's doing the V. He's doing the Vulcan V with his hand. You have to realize that when they draw things or do stuff like that, it's not coincidentally done. Somebody didn't just say, okay, and let me finish with drawing the hand this way, right? And when you see all these religious statues and things like that, they're strategically done that way. They're strategically making them do these satanic hand symbols. So they're everywhere. They're deliberately strategically planned. And when people are on the red carpet doing this, that's strategically planned also. They're not just randomly going, hey, let me pay homage to Spock. Okay? A rapper isn't just in the middle of nowhere taking a photo paying homage to Spock. There's obviously deep occultic meaning behind the symbols. That's why it's important to constantly look for these signs. Okay? It's important to know what they mean. Because this is how they are always operating, right in front of our faces, flashing these symbols to one another, communicating to one another, making a mockery of us, but getting away with what they continue to get away with, because the masses are looking in a different direction. They refuse to believe this, because they've created a society of prideful people who, we didn't learn that in school, so people who think that are crazy conspiracy theorists. That's because the population is so dumbed down and so prideful and arrogant. They go get your master's degree. You spend 30 years of your life educating yourself on falsehoods and lies. Meanwhile, to see what's going on, look no further than to look to the hand symbols. But if you tell somebody that they operate and these hand symbols mean this or mean that, they laugh at you and you say, wow, they can learn all of this stuff that means nothing and regurgitate it over and over and pass all these tests, and grow inside of the satanic matrix. But their brain can't process the fact that these hand symbols are not, coincidences, that they're strategically placed, they're strategically done, that there's meaning behind them. That's how slow people are. They refuse to believe this stuff, that everything is just a coincidence when they pose on these magazine covers or newspaper articles where 50 photographers are taking pictures of the president. You think he just randomly is throwing up the Spock sign saying, hey, I'm going to pay homage to Mr. Spock. This is how these people work. This is how they operate. You have to start thinking that way. You have to start watching the world around you, looking for symbols and codes, because they're everywhere, constantly being used by these elitists, by this satanic secret network, by these Freemasons, And it's not hard to see if you look for it. If you can train your mind not to be in an alpha state all the time, if you can get off your devices, get off your phones, okay, stop being distracted by technology and look around you and see what is going on, you will see everything because it's hidden in plain sight. It's right in front of you. Okay, God is trying to wake all of us up to show us this satanic network that controls and runs our world. The Bible warns about this. The Bible warns about the end times and what will be going on. And it is going on. And we can see it if you look for it. So start looking for it. Stop believing in coincidences because there aren't any. They will let you know that they're a part of this secret society. They'll let you know because they're showing it to you. But nobody questions it. Nobody goes up to them and says, why are you flashing this? What are you doing? They're not afraid to hide it. Just nobody asks the questions because everybody's just too busy asking them for their autographs or kissing their rear end because the false idol worship is just at an all-time sick level. You know, our society just worships the ground that these people walk on. You know, that people cry when they see these celebrities like Justin Bieber. They start breaking down and crying. I mean, it's sick. It's really, really sick. But they'll let you know who they're working for. All you have to do is look at what they flash up. Look at their hands. Look at the symbols on their jewelry that they wear. Look at how they pose on magazine covers. They're letting you know exactly what's going on and who they work for. So this is the Vulcan hand sign. It does not represent Spock. I'm sorry if that breaks some people's hearts out there. Yes, that does not mean if you've ever held it up, you're not going. I'm not saying you're burning in hell for holding it up. Too many people see these expose videos on these symbols, and then they feel like, wait, I'm always in the peace sign. Does that mean I'm going to hell? No, I'm not saying that. Obviously, you didn't know what it meant. It means refrain from using it. Yes. If it's something you flash all the time, try not to flash it. Work on trying not to flash these symbols because they are satanic. They can invoke spirits and do all sorts of stuff, I'm sure. Okay, but you don't want to pay homage to Satan for showing these symbols or flashing these symbols. That's what it's about. Getting to realize what they are and then looking for the people that are doing it so you can know who's involved in this secret society and this network. And it's pretty much everybody whose face is on television because you're not getting there unless you're a part of this secret society and this networking system, this satanic networking system. So try and refrain from using it. You're not condemned if you've done it before. Obviously, people who listen might be Star Trek fans. If you are, I'm not condemning you to hell, and no one else is either. Okay, just be aware of what these symbols mean and what they stand for. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families. May peace be with you.